in the study of the Upanishads, which are scriptures, part of the Vedanta, this philosophical but also very practical study of Vedanta. In the Madhukya Upanishad, it deals with liberation. So liberation of our limitations, liberation of this idea that we are limited by our body-mind complex, which I find very appropriate and helpful and healing for when we girls, we women are going through perimenopause, because it's nothing but a succession of changes, and it's very easy to get trapped in the troubles and aches and changes and variations of mood and physical conditions. So the Upanishads, even though they were written by men, there were also householders, most of them, they were sages. If you apply that to our present condition as women, that we are always constantly undergoing changes. As humans, we're constantly undergoing changes. But then during perimenopause, it gets so condensed, so intense at one fell swoop, and that one fell swoop can actually last decades, as we now know. Beginning at age 35, it's normal for perimenopause to start between 35 and 45, and then menopause between 45 and 55. See, the light is changing, the weather is changing. So it's all about embracing change and not get so boggled down by weather. Whether it's too hot, whether it's too cold, whether it's cloudy, it all passes. And so you don't get identified. It's like the sky, right? The sky is always there and it's stable, but the clouds, the conditions, rain or sun, it will change, but the sky remains. We just perceive it as changing. So similarly, it is our body-mind complex that are constantly changing. However, there is our highest self, that we call Purusha in Sanskrit, that remains very stable, very still, very eternal, very changeless, very permanent. And the big dance with perimenopause, it withstands the dance with impermanence, with constant and sometimes drastic changes, and find a self place, a port, a safe port, where you can dock your boat during the storm, and you can remind yourself of your true self. And if possible, take a back seat and witness the changes as much as you can, while of course taking action to take care of it. Don't suffer, don't stay in suffering, but some of this suffering is inevitable. A lot of it is figurable, or you can deal with by having the top doctors, by finding health professionals that can help you, whether it's yoga therapy. I'm here offering help through yoga therapy, acupuncture, whatever is it that you find helpful, through diet, hormonal replacement therapy, exercise, lifting weights, supplements, all that. By all means, we women, we are very much entitled and deserving of all the care we can give ourselves. But at the same time, some of the fluctuations and the changes and the suffering is inevitable. And to withstand that suffering, that discomfort, we find solace in yoga. In Buddhism, they call it anicca, those changes, that impermanence. So we find solace in a place of stillness, of peace, that we all have. In spite of perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, it just stays constant and sweet and loving and caring and embracing of who we are, changing or not. And to find that is the biggest gift that we can give ourselves. To find that spot, that seat, that you can go to, that comfy chair within, that we can find and sit from time to time and just take the load off and just experience who we are truly underneath all these layers of clothes, skin, personality, emotions. And I wish that for everyone, but especially for my fellow women undergoing perimenopause and menopause, because it's a hug from the soul, getting me saying like, I'm right here for you. We're going to get through this. This is another big passage, big change. We got this. Okay.